You see, Nigerians are not strangers to Ponzi schemes. In fact, I feel like we have some sort of infatuation with these schemes because they keep coming over and over again and people keep falling victim. And I think it just boils down to the idea that many people just want to get rich quick without any proper investigation or understanding of how the people that want to make them rich make their money. In fact, many Nigerians live in a fantasy world where people will make money for them whilst they sleep. No, those people that make the money for them don't really make any money. Like, I don't even know how they thought this thing works, really. And honestly, to a certain extent, people say don't blame the victims. But in this case, I'm not going to lie to you. The victims have a lot of blame to collect. In fact, they have the bulk of the blame to collect because this is not the first time, neither will this be the last time that something like this is happening in Nigeria. CBEX apparently or allegedly started in July of 2024. Although some people on social media have come out to say that it started way before then. I don't believe them. I don't believe it started July 2024 either. I think nobody really knows the exact time that CBEX started. And basically, it came out as a crypto company because honestly, I don't even know what people classify them as. We'll just call them a crypto trading company, which claim to use AI software. But these things are very, very vague. Like when you actually look at it, very, very vague. So I'm surprised people fell for it. But you know, Nigerians being Nigerians. CBEX actually ripped off the name of an actual financial institution based in China called the China Beijing Equity Exchange, the actual CBEX. Now, China Beijing Equity Exchange came out, I think that was late last year, to say that they had nothing to do with this CBEX that was operating in Nigeria. But as usual, this kind of news doesn't even get to most people for whatever reason. Now, this company was actually registered. It was registered in CAC and registered with EFCC. And I think the name that they registered the company was ST Technologies Limited. And that explains why some of the handles I saw when I checked, when I looked for this CBEX had ST something in them. Like they were just, I was wondering what the hell is ST. I just found out that was actually what the company was actually named as during its registration. How did the model work? They came and they promised 100% return on investment in just 30 days from any investment you make. So if you put 1 million naira, you are going to make 2 million naira in 30 days. If you put 3 million naira, you're going to make 6 million naira in 30 days. If you put 50 million naira, you're going to make 100 million naira in 30 days. You see how stupid that sounds? At this point, I think I still don't understand how people believe them, because first of all, you have to ask, how were they supposed to make the money? How were they supposed to double the income? And now people have a plethora of things, the AI trading software, but what even is that? Basically, you have to actually break down what the AI trading software bot was. Now, these people claim that they had a bot that they had created, first of its kind, they're the pioneers of this kind of technology, and it was going to trade for them. And it had a 99.9% success rate in its trades. I think there were too many red flags with this thing. Like it should have been too obvious. Funny thing is, this is basically a hallmark of Ponzi schemes. Over promising on things that, of course, aren't realistic. You know, even the SEC chairman actually warned some weeks ago, or I think about a month ago, that people should actually refrain from these Ponzi schemes that promise unrealistic gains. Nigerians don't understand because, of course, the SEC chairman does not feed anybody, and people have to make money, and children's school fees and that. Now everything is gone, sha. I hope everybody's fine. They actually incentivize this system whereby if you refer somebody, you are going to get bonuses and you're going to get paid, and that's why many of these companies usually have aggressive marketing, because people want that bonus at all costs. Like that bonus is very, very important. Many a times, because in reality they don't actually make money from the real work itself. And I'm not going to talk about other businesses, because happens in other businesses like forex and crypto exchanges and all of that. But basically, yeah, they were promised bonuses when they actually bring people in. So how did the crash happen? Apparently in the middle of this month, around April 12, 13, 14, the website crashed. The app crashed and people's accounts were wiped and the money was gone. How did the money go? Now, this is the real important question that I wish people were asking. Nobody was asking, how did the money go? Which is very funny to me. Now, this is basically the system that happened. When these people were making their payments and doing these transfers and everything, they were actually given a wallet, a crypto wallet, in which these transactions were going into, and these deposits were being made there. And now when these deposits were being made there, they had like this dashboard, this fantastic imagery, the UI, was showing that there was actually money in there. It was all a lie. There was no money in there anymore. The money had gone. In reality, in the back end, whenever the payments were made to this crypto wallet, the money was actually taken away into a Tron wallet, where that Tron wallet had stored all these deposits that people had made, and then from that Tron wallet, they actually like dispersed it to several wallets. This is in a bid to make these transactions untraceable. Like, you can't trace them because they were made to several wallets at once. They are then taken to like other crypto exchanges to be swapped for other coins, or to be swapped or withdrawn as cash. And apparently the losses that were reported were about 1.3 trillion naira. I'm bothered because I don't even know where the real problem is. If it's that Nigerians actually believe that an AI trading bot will be trading for them with 99.9% accuracy, or that a company walked away with 1.3 trillion naira. I don't even know, man. This is crazy, because I genuinely don't believe that the money that was scattered away with is even up to or remotely close to 1.3 trillion naira. Now, apart from other sources that the amount might not be up to a trillion naira, but rather around the ballpark of $6 million US, which is still quite a lot of money. Trace the payment that people had made to like certain wallets, and found out that okay, this wallet had also made payments to other wallets, and they found out that the accumulation of all these amounts, all these payments, seemed to be at $6 million. In fact, nobody in my circle even knew about CBEX. The first time I even heard of CBEX was from a Twitter user that said that this thing actually looks like a Ponzi scheme, and evidently it's going to crash. But the people that have already made money should make their money, and they should walk away. And I think Nigerians have an issue with numbers. I genuinely think Nigerians have an issue with numbers, because I don't think people really understand what 1.3 trillion naira is. How much is even the budget of the country in the first place? How much is the budget of the country? Put that into perspective. Evidently, the situation led to public outcry, with people storming the CBEX office and looting it dry, because they felt like they just had to cut away with things that they could cut away with, because of course their money was gone for vanish. Well, around that same time, reports started coming out that this company was actually not registered with SEC at all. SEC stands for the Securities and Exchange Commission, and they declared that CBEX was not registered as a digital asset in Nigeria, which to me isn't surprising, because one, Nigerians and due diligence are like enemies, and so even if SEC had come out and shouted at anything, people would just believe that they were trying to spoil the fun for us. Now, there's something that happened that I genuinely do not believe, and I believe you should not believe what actually happened. And that was that when the thing had eventually crashed, these people actually came out and said, you know what, it was a cyber attack, and there are some people that are trying to get access to our funds, access to our logins. And what we should do, you guys should verify yourselves one by one, and you should undergo a verification process. And that verification process entails you paying $100 to about $200, depending on the amount you had in the account before the entire crash happened. That's mad. That's mental. This is like coming the second time to scam a group of people again. And you know what? People fell for it. How? I don't know. People actually fell. This is crazy, man. People actually paid the $100 and $200 to see what was in their account. Did they get to see what was in their account? No. Did the money come out? No. Obviously, it was a scam. God. Honestly, I know that Nigerians will not learn from this. There's no way. People learn from this. This is not happening. Another one will come out, and people will fall victim again. In the past, we've had MMM since 2016. We've had the plethora of this multi-level marketing. They've either used crypto scams, traveling scams. There's so many scams in Nigeria that have existed, and this is just because, one, the regulatory bodies probably not doing their work well. Sometimes the regulatory bodies are just like sleeping, and sometimes they release information, but this information is actually like drowned by the media and PR of these companies. Actually, a funny detail that I found out whilst making some research for this video was that this company paid some amount to a wallet that was linked to a Southeast Asia darknet marketplace called Hewin, I think it's Hewin Marketplace or Hewin Exchange, something like that. These people are actually known for the sale of scam enabling technologies that like can face swapping kind of technologies, like on that level, on that grade. It makes us believe that this scam was actually well orchestrated from Southeast Asia. Like it's actually a scam ring operating from Southeast Asia. And for whatever reason, their headquarters is always at Ibadan. I really need to understand why. Why Ibadan? You know what makes this thing funny? Is the fact that these people that are actually involved in all these Ponzi schemes usually think that they are the chosen ones on earth. They usually think that they are God's favorite people. Like they found this update and their lives are going to change dramatically. And I think the emotional fall from that height of, oh, we're going to make it and we're never going to make it is crazy. Like if you see the videos and pictures of these people when they are celebrating and when they are happy and everything, it's quite saddening to be sincere.